This girl thinks. Hello. Welcome back, or welcome to the This Girl Thinks podcast. The one where this girl thinks like a lot. She's never had empty, no thoughts, and doesn't plan to be. She's got lots of ideas constantly brewing and opinions to spread. She's here and ready to spill, so grab your coffee, your tea, or whatever, and let's get chatty with your host, Caitlin Collette, the one and the only babes, the one and the only. The tea that I have today is a tea that my mom made last night. I don't know what she put in this. She put her whole foot in this. That's some mighty good tea. I was supposed to drink that last night, but hey, oh well. Also, if you notice the quality change or the style change, I'm really hoping that this focuses. If it doesn't, oh well. This is on my old Kodak camera that I've had quite literally forever. I've had it since I was like 7. But alright. How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling today? I'm feeling quite interesting. I'm like good, but like, yeah, this season change and job stuff and school stuff and graduation coming and it's a whole lot of stuff. But overall, I think I feel good today. I woke up today, I cleaned, I did some dishes, and I still got homework to do, but slay. It's also Thursday, which is kind of close for me. I'm supposed to film and record on Wednesdays, so I can have this up and ready by Fridays, but we're working with it. Alright, so let's start off with our main topic, seasonal change. I'm gonna read y'all this, like, passage thing that I wrote yesterday when I was, like, brainstorming and whatnot for the episode and what I want to kind of cover. Seasons change. We all know this, but golly, does it still hit different every year. We know when it's coming. We go back to school, traffic starts, and days get shorter. We see it, we feel it, taste it, hear it, can nearly reach out and touch it. But the feelings still come. The lost hope of not knowing what is coming and letting loose the summer's loving. The need to be near loved ones or bridge the gap between friends and lovers. It encapsulates. It pulls, drags until you are weighed and heavy in the darkness, unknowing. Seasonal depression. When the body sheds to wear anew, there is nothing so stable as change, but that doesn't mean we are used to it. So breathe it and be it, they say. But this new chapter is here and offers no spark notes. Consciously watching and waiting and feeling, somehow knowing that this we is not including all is weird. But still, the we learn to talk, to write, to share, because the we that we see makes the I less alone. The I, the me, the we, the me, myself, and I does not have to walk alone. There is community. Yesterday, my closest friends from all over the world loved me with the question, "How are you?" Many forms, nothing prompting or connecting, but the seasons change. I answer, "I'm alive." And they say, "Me too." When I wrote this and read this to myself out loud yesterday, I might actually be posting a video of my first full reading through of it because I took a video. But golly, it gets me right in the feels. And yeah, from there we're gonna lead right into some of the key points of seasonal change that I wanted to hit today with y'all. First, I was already feeling the incoming seasonal like depression, like and whatnot, but it was kind of weird because life feels pretty good right now. Although I'm living at home, I'm not on campus this semester. I have a job. I'm making money, I guess. We're prepping for the next changes, challenges, and explorations that life welcomes. And nearing graduation, I'm almost done with university, and I'm quite excited about that. Golly. But yeah, it's like all the little things, like teeny tiny little things that can just like kind of add up kind of quickly and make you start to feel like you are not quote unquote where you are supposed to be or where you should be. Which is also wild because your path is your path. It's not somebody else's path, as we were talking about last week. But like, still, again, touching on what we were talking about last week, like with authenticity and like the feelings of FOMO, without leaning into your being authentic, especially with the like your genuine wants or your genuine needs and whatnot, and then with the season change and nobody really always fares exactly well with change, no matter who you are, if you say you are good at change, but yeah, if you already are feeling kind of rocky in who you are and what you're doing in your life, and then a big change comes and hits you like a seasonal change, it can always feel more challenging to navigate and whatnot. I know for me, we feel the feels, babe. But it's okay to allow yourself to also feel the feels because that's a healthy way of coping. Also, if you haven't noticed, we have Avi the avocado. Even though she's not really an avocado, but she's joining us today. She's our co-host. Sip some tea. My mug today says, enjoy the little things. Honestly, enjoy the little things. Don't let the little things that aren't enjoyable bring you down so much. It's like, oh, well, they add up. Yeah, they add up. They're going to keep on adding up. Just dissect them as they come. Don't let them just sit there and grow mold. We can't do that, babes. It's going to lead us down a path of destruction. And then, like I said in that like little reading or passage or whatever that I wrote, it was quite odd that I had gotten similar messages from so many of the girly pops, like in the same day, in the same freaking day. Like that had me so wild. Like girl pops are saying, "Hi, how are ya? Like everything's going good." Like or just like checkups, like what uni are you in? Like I forget exactly where you go. Like what's the tea on that? And like the conversations leaning around to like, so how are you? How's life going? How have you been since I last saw you? Type things. And I felt that really endearing, but it also like a lot of the other like the more in-depth portions of the conversations were around feelings of like uncertainty. Again, I think that's very much connected to the season change. And then or just wanted to reconnect with loved ones, like especially since I live across the world from the girlies. Well, not really, from like a portion of the girlies, and then live like 3 hours away from the other girlies. But I do not have a car. I do not have a vehicle currently, and the freaking Megabus Greyhound is not cheap. Not only that, but the hours that it runs are not always the hours that like I can fit properly into my schedule. Like it might leave at like midnight from downtown Houston, which I don't live entirely near to, and then return 2 days, well, another schedule to return like 2 days later won't be until like 7 a.m. or like 7 a.m. from there to get back here, which I won't get back here until like 10. But if I work at 10, it's not going to work. Actually, maybe I need to double check their schedules and whatnot, because schedules might have changed with the season change, because everything's changing, vibes. Even just with back to school, because the last time I looked at it was in the summer. Excuse me. And yeah, honestly, with seasonal change, it's so wild. Like, honestly, I don't even know if I can go more in depth in that. Like, I would kind of want to, but I feel like the rereading and re-listening to the poem passage piece that I wrote really does kind of encapsulate big girl words. I used it in the poem. Kind of the feelings and vibes that I was going for, or not even going for, but that was like feeling and trying to process in that moment. I also found that I write a lot of stuff in this time of year. So if I ever write a book, Frankie, I was telling you this, if I ever write a book, it's gonna have to be in the fall. Season change. Like, I don't know why. I was looking at all of my notes apps and all the things, and I was like, I write so much, so lyrically, so well at the end of the year. If I ever write a book, it's at the end of the year. It's in fall. Well, maybe winter as well. Anyways, moving on. Graduating university. I'm graduating soon, and I've been applying to different jobs, but the ones that want me, I don't want, i.e. direct marketing and sales. We're not knocking the girlies that want to be in direct marketing and sales. If you want to be there, slay. Big slay. Get your bag, sis. But it's not for me, babes. I don't feel like I would fare entirely well there. And I don't want to. Because I don't exactly... It's not my favorite thing in the world to approach someone and sell them something that they don't already have. I would rather sell them a replacement for what they already have. Even though some things are like that, if you feel like I'm rushing a little bit, I might be, because I'm not entirely sure exactly how much space I have on this camera. But I wanted to use her because of the vibes, and I get to have my phone on my lap and not looking at me. And I look at the camera more for like direct eye contact or whatever, more than I look at my phone. My phone is up there because I feel like I'm looking at myself, and it's kind of weird. Anyways. But yeah, like, I was freaking at work, and this lady was like, oh my gosh, we're speaking in Spanish. She's like, oh my gosh, you'd be perfect for working where I work, and like, it's in marketing. And I was like, oh my god, slay. And I was like, okay. I booked a meeting with her or whatever, and then she was trying to get me to work with direct marketing, like direct sales in insurance and investing. And I was like, no, it's not for me. Especially if it's not like a solid pay rate. If it's like just commissions, it's not entirely for me. You know, like, it's not entirely for me. I'd rather go corporate. Speaking of which, going corporate, I was also thinking like how I might be just coming to terms with the fact that I might just be a weekend warrior type of traveler, not the solo traveler or long-term traveler, because as much as I want to do that, at the same time, I do have what it takes to be an influencer, but I also don't, because I'm like, there's so many freaking travel influencers and whatnot, and I'm like, I don't want to do that like that. If I were to actually like stick to it and be like a travel influencer, it'd really just be like, come along on my journey, not like, look what I did and click my link. Because like, no, because when you are a travel influencer, you kind of have to push click my link, because that's how they're making their money, through their affiliates and whatnot. I've done some research on that. I do have a few affiliates, actually. If you go in the bio of my Instagram page, there's a Linktree link if you ever were interested in like an eSIM or I don't know, booking something with Hostel World. There's a few different things in there if you're interested in like booking stuff through those platforms. You can use my link, babes. I'm not saying don't use my link, but at the same time, I don't. That's also to me the feeling of direct marketing and sales, like constantly having to re-push, re-remind. Do this, please. Which also even it's funny because if I ever get to a point where I use like advertisements in my podcasts or any other video I put on YouTube, I mean, like, just always remember, it's because I need money. We need money to survive. But honestly, I would also likely only work with things that I have used and would recommend. I feel like that just stands to my morals. But yeah, I feel like I might end up somewhere in a 9 to 5 and being a weekend warrior, which would allow me to appreciate, I think, the US a bit more and learn to appreciate the US for more of the people that you would see in day-to-day life rather than what our government tells us. Because that's something different. People are people, and I feel like a lot of places and a lot of people are forgetting that people are people. Even I said I have a job, but last week they termed me because the manager or somebody else did not finish their identification information, which was not my fault. And I was on the phone with HR and I was like, but I did my stuff. And she's like, yeah, well, it's not up for negotiation. You need to clock out right now. I had like 2.5, 3 hours left of my shift. And I was like, y'all couldn't tell me this before I went for my 30-minute lunch and clocked out and clocked back in? Homie. What? And then even with going back to work, I went back yesterday and I go back today. No one ever gave me an actual, no one told me exactly what happened. No one said, okay, your stuff is fixed now. But also, it's the whole thing. People are forgetting that people are people first. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a person, you're a person, we are people. People, especially in corporate, or not even in corporate, people in work settings, forget that people are people first before anything else. Before they are your employee, before they are your friend, they're also a person that has their own things going on, physically, mentally, spiritually. Like, they are their own person. And coming to terms with that allows you to see that even though other people might have flaws, they're still a person and they're gonna have flaws. You have flaws. I have flaws. It's just facts. But yeah, and then I was also writing about how after speaking with another one of my friends, were like, it's daunting and like kind of deeply saddening that like nothing is securable. It's also like if the positions that I'm applying to or trying to get into aren't liking me, like they're not accepting me, why am I in school? But also, I've studied abroad and I've met so many amazing people, so that is why I'm in school. I can always go somewhere and work some coffee shop job, work some retail, even though I don't like retail, I like the money. Like, work something else, but I feel like I've gotten a lot of richness and experience worldly and just within people in general. And I've met so many amazing freaking people. Y'all watching this, I met y'all because I went to university. Because I chose the one that I go to. I've studied abroad twice this year. Babes, what? And I've gotten so much better at my Korean. 한국어 진짜로 잘 할 수 있어. 잘 말할 수 있어. Yalla. That's Malaysian. Malay? I think. Anyways, I have a feeling that I'm running out of time. So I want to open the floor to y'all. Please tell me how you feel when the seasons change. Like, or even if you're also coming close to graduation or whatever, please share with me. I want to know. I want to know the things so we can talk about the things. So we can think about the things together, because You are not alone. I am not alone. If I am here feeling the things, somebody else is as well, and vice versa. And I honestly feel like opening the floor to actually talk and discuss these things will also help to offset like other feelings and whatnot, simply because we are a collective and we are a community and feeling together and not alone. I was supposed to pick a what's it called? Inspirational quote for today. I forgot to. Oh, but before I read something off the walls around me, I want to share the song of the week. The song of the week is Pink Pony Club by Chapel Rowan. Listen to it before you watch the music video. If you watch the music video, listen to it first. Also, if anyone is nearby or whatever, she does have a show on October 29th, and I'm kind of thinking of going. The tickets are like $30, US, of course. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking of going. If anyone wants to go, let me know. It's in Houston. It is in Houston. But yeah. Yeah. I define my worth, and I am worthy. Fear is natural. Courage is exceptional. Oh, I wrote this. You can't really see that, but I wrote this a while back, or last year this time. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. And it starts with believing that you can. Anything and everything starts with believing that you can achieve it. Let's see if we can find... Oh, okay. We're going to end off with this one, especially with the coming of and changing of seasons, and it can be chapters in your life closing, chapters in your life opening, or just feelings of instability. Everything will be okay. For you, for me, for all of us. Some way. Somehow. With that, I will leave you. Have a good weekend, week, whatever. Caitlin Collette, signing off. Love you. Bye. Goodness gracious. Ba-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. This girl thinks. Ah. Tell me you have too much time on your hands. I really don't, though. I really don't. I actually have to do homework. At this point, I'm just waiting for the camera to stop recording. Is it gonna keep recording? Could I have gone slower?